Hi, hello. Welcome to another Yap session. This time's theme is life has been hitting me into the nuts, even though I am a woman. So, this is going to be me yapping about job situation in Finland, a little backstory, how did I end up in the position I'm right now, and how has life overall been going? For me, who is currently 24-year-old, I was thinking like, oh damn, how old am I? But yes, I'm 24 right now and living in Finland. So do what you love and you won't work a day because you will be unemployed. That has been recently my reality. So little facts, I did check these ones in the morning before I started this recording. So I would say these are pretty trustworthy statistics, and I'm talking about Finland when I'm giving these examples. So 15 to 74 year olds in June 2026, so a couple months ago, they registered that unemployment rate was 10.5%. When it comes to 15 to 24-year-olds, so my age bracket, 11.3% are unemployed, and this was statistic from 2025, so last year. 11.3% right now, not right now, but back then meant 72,000 people. So at least when I hear these percent numbers, I'm like, okay, around 10% doesn't sound too bad, but you put that to numbers, that 72,000 sounds a lot to me. To be a little more specific, 47.8% are outside of workforce. When it comes to 15 to 24-year-olds, usually people are in school still when it comes to my age bracket, so that can affect the statistics also. But yeah, that's a pretty huge amount of people unemployed if you ask me. 72,000 young people, and if you still think that most of that is people who are in school still, so they don't even get count to this one. I so much hope that people who started school now, it's autumn, so school has again started, and it's so nice to see those young people being all blissful and hopeful about the future. And please keep that going. We need the spark desperately, because I think at least my generation has slowly started to die inside. We graduated, we did our schooling, but what has happened? At least me, in my case, I'm unemployed. But then again, I might be a little bit of special case here, because I will admit I did not pick the best possible field to study and graduate in. So I got my bachelor's degree in 2024 in what is called? In Finland I would be tradenomi, but to specify it was game production field, and I became kind of like graphic designer. So I know how to 3D model, 2D model, and I specialize in game graphics. So that was that. Schooling costed me 20k, pretty cheap in Finland. I did not work while I was in school, so that's why I took the loan. I did some summer jobs here and there, but they were mostly during the summer. So government forgive 3 to 4k, I don't exactly remember how much, because I graduated in time. That's how the system worked, at least back then. If you manage to graduate in time, you get part of your loan forgiven. So then I moved to big town, because big town, I studied in medium-sized town in northern Finland, then moved to big town for my internship, though I didn't need to move, but I also wanted, because that was a remote internship. In the big town, I also tried to apply for jobs, but back then I lived in pretty pricey apartment. It was, I think, rent was 600 euros per month. That's pricey for me living alone, or even 700 euros. I did get paid 1k every month during my internship, so that was nice. Then I needed to, after internship ended, I didn't manage to get any jobs. I needed to move back home to this small town I'm currently in. Rent is relatively cheap now and I live partially with my parents, so that helps. There are fewer job openings currently because there are fewer stores and places you can simply work at. And I think also the competition is not as much as in the big town, but the quality of it, in my mind at least, is bigger because there is more, at least I think, these are based on my gut feelings, more qualified people that have contacts in this town, and they are usually older folk, so they have more work experience. So quality of people applying for those few open jobs is much higher. Yeah. I have been applying for some basic cashier jobs, even haven't gotten those ones. I should probably apply for kindergarten positions or like cleaning positions, though I haven't even seen any cleaner positions open recently. But yeah, I have been running my own little company. In Finnish it would be toiminimi. I think in English it's called sole proprietorship. We don't have concept of limited liability company, so that's how I run my business as sole trader, proprietor. I think that's the right term. I did look it up. So money that my company has is my money is my company's money. So legally is one single entity. I'm glad I don't have any kids and I partly live at home, as I said, and my company doesn't have any employees, my bad. I'm not an employer, company doesn't have any employees. So that means I'm basically just needing to take care of myself. My parents are in pretty good position. Dad is, how do I say it? Soon he can't work anymore because he's getting old and he does a physical labor job. So when it comes to him, I'm a little worried, but my mom has still her job and it's stable one, so that's at least good. And they both are relatively healthy still. Though getting old, that puts a little more pressure on me to get a stable job so I could help them. But what you can do now? Nothing. Also, I have a boyfriend that lives in another freaking continent. If I want to be with him, that means I really should get my company to run and work. Let's just call it company, though I think when someone is talking about company, it sounds like this big thing, but it's only me working freelance gigs. I guess I could call it freelance then. If I get my freelancing thing to work, then that would be like a dream because I can be wherever I want. And yeah, I wouldn't be tied to Finland, but that's a dream. Right now, I think I have altogether gotten 10k from freelance jobs in 2 years, mind me. And I have bought a PC with that money. I have some software costs which are pretty cheap. I try to keep it in the low end, so I don't have any Adobe products. I use Affinity and Blender, which is free for 3D modeling, etc. And yeah, at least I have had so much free time. I have been able to, get more into my hobbies, start new ones. This YouTube thing wouldn't have happened in this scale if I didn't have my free time. And yeah, by the way, have you noticed that YouTube now has games in the front page? LinkedIn also has games, and I don't think those are like necessary. So when I saw that YouTube had games, I was like, damn, when did this happen? But they are pushing them to my front page. You can play games in YouTube. What the hell? Good for people working in game fields because someone needs to make those games. But I was looking at them like these are like old Flash games. I think they are Flash games we had when I was young. You could play them via the browser. So quality here and there. Could be better, could be worse, but YouTube is supposed to be a video platform. I won't even get into it. Whatever, just notice that one. So, when school ended, my structure dropped drastically. I didn't need to wake up at specific time. Eating was not provided by school. Lunch, I mean. Yeah, that's the word. So, now I need to like independently wake up at right time because once again I don't have a strict work schedule or kids to take care of. So yeah, that has been a thing. Luckily, I think I'm pretty disciplined person myself, so I will wake up before 10 and I will go to gym because I like it and I like running also. But I can imagine how easy it is just to like drink beer and possibly even do drugs if they were legal in Finland. Because yeah, you don't have any responsibilities really. And if you are on government support, which I was in for a little while, then I ended that because I wanted to do my freelance work. You can earn so little money by yourself, basically nothing. Because when you earn money, they see it as, oh, you can take care of yourself. You don't need government support anymore, which cuts it down or completely stops it. But the thing is, usually it's not that black and white. Government support is not that much, and people would like to do some work to get into the groove of things. But usually you get like 5 hours a week jobs possibly, and that's not enough to sustain your life and pay the rent. Government support would be, but then it doesn't incentivize people to seek for those small jobs or do any freelance when they are on government support, because that paperwork you have to do and it might get cut completely off. So yeah, that's a thing. But nothing we can do now, that's how it works in Finland. That's my little yap session. 24, no job currently, trying to get the freelance work, still applying for jobs though, and trying to keep the hope up. That's my life right now. 2 years kinda unemployed. Could be better, could be worse. I wish you luck if you are in the same position, even remotely, and even if not, hey, I think life is rough, you might need that luck either way. But that's it for now. I will see ya when I see ya. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I don't even know what game I'm gonna play in the background. But probably something, might be Valorant. Valorant, yeah. We'll see ya when I see ya. Bye bye.